WNBA Rico. It looks like another WNBA Rico is going down. The WNBA is getting blasted all over the news once again. Kathy Engelbert, you cannot get this league together. They need a new commissioner. They need new leadership. These ladies are spiraling out of control. They are on the news getting blasted. Not only are they on the news getting blasted, there are young high school girls, I believe, that they have in this interview that are talking about this situation. There's an interview with the young lady by the name of Briley Letcher, who played in high school versus a trans player, something like this. This whole thing is wild. The WNBA is just getting destroyed. WNBA Rico, we got to get into it. Welcome to Keep the Vision. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share the channel, hit the bell notification, hype the video. That would be greatly appreciated. Let's get right into things. We got a bunch to get into. They all over the damn Fox News. WNBA cannot stay off of the news. Take a look at this.
We so desperately needed, and it means...
Take a look at this stuff here, man. Yo, the WNBA it's a complete circus. I mean, a circus would be an understatement.
The world to me. Ball team desperately needed, and it means the world to me. Those two girls, Briley Lechner and Ella Fry, join me now. Briley, welcome. I read that you actually played on your volleyball team against a biological male. Tell me about that.
So it was my past season where
These are high school athletes, I believe. These are high school athletes.
Unknowledgeably played against this other athlete, and we did share a locker room with him, and we also competed with him, and we were not informed that this was the case until days after.
Briley, and we know Peyton McNabb was spiked by a biological male, and she suffered a traumatic brain injury from that. Does that place any fear in you?
100%. I know that it definitely freaks out me and my teammates, along with girls on other teams.
Yeah. Ella, and you are suing your high school because they allow biological boys in the locker room with you, and you've incurred harassment.
Whoa. I didn't even know this part. So this young lady right here is suing her high school for letting biological boys into the female locker room? Hold on. This is crazy.
And my teammates, along with girls on other teams.
Yeah. Ella, and you are suing your high school because they allow biological boys in the locker room with you, and you've incurred harassment from that?
Yeah, so I stood up at the school board meeting and said that I think this is inappropriate and boys shouldn't be allowed to share bathrooms and similar spaces like that. And I kind of got shut down. So they said that if you want to take a step forward, you have to sue the school. And so that's what we did.
Wow. And
yo, this is crazy. Wait a minute.
Yeah, so I stood up at the school board meeting and said that I think this is inappropriate and boys shouldn't be allowed to share bathrooms and similar spaces like that. And I kind of got shut down. So they said that if you want to take a step forward, you have to sue the school. And so that's what we did.
So they're forcing her to accept the fact that boys have to be able to change in the same bathroom and locker room as her. Yo, this is nuts. Yo, this is crazy. I didn't even know about this.
Wow. And Ella, what lessons do you take from Sophie?
No, first off, I want to say a huge thank you to Sophie because it's really brave for her to stand up for young girls like Briley and I. And when I first heard about her speaking out, I was ecstatic. And I thought, like, you don't see very many people with that platform sharing their opinions because it could be a controversial topic.
No, in fact, you see the opposite. I want to play this. This is Megan Rapinoe, someone who benefited from Title IX as...
This is wild. This is wild. Take a look at this. They're all over the news getting blasted. They're all over the news. They are getting torched right now.
I said what I said, and this was her defense of keeping biological men out of women.
Locker rooms. Megan Rapinoe, a fantastic player when she was playing, but a firebrand who believes directly the opposite. Try to get her logic, so let's listen together.
They're going after trans people in sports, and they're using this as a wedge issue because we love sports, and you know we don't want our little girls to be unsafe in sports. And it's like, unsafe from who? But okay.
But see, now you look crazy because The high school girl that I just played, she just showed how she was suing the school and she was harassed in the locker room by a biological boy. Yo, this is nuts. This is nuts. It don't stop there. It does not stop there. It doesn't stop there. Take a look at this.
You'll be shocked to learn in the WNBA today on multiple fronts. I mean, these women, they cannot keep their shit together. It's actually quite amazing to watch. There's a new controversy involving race or sexuality or the trans thing pretty much every other week. Now, this is kind of a good one, the one we're starting with first. This Sophie Cunningham has spoken out against men playing in women's sports. And I have to say, first of all, obviously good for her. But this is on the heels of somebody I don't like at all politically, but I have nothing against personally, Martina Navratilova, helping lead the way in women's tennis to keep men out of women's tennis.
And you know, Serena Williams also said, like, I'm not trying to play against guys in tennis. Like, no, we're not doing that. Like,
I completely applaud her on this. She got out there and made comments a couple years ago against men and women's tennis, and she got her hand slapped, and she kind of took it back initially, and then she came around on this issue. I think she realized, why am I letting people slap my hand on this? I'm a world champion, 10, 15 times over. I have a right to my opinion, and this is what I think. And she's been very fearless on it ever since. So while we've sparred politically many times, she and I completely applaud her on this unreservedly. And she has led to the rule being changed in women's tennis that will not allow men to play against women. So hurrah, good for her. Perhaps inspired by that, I can't prove it, but perhaps Sophie Cunningham, who is one of the stars in women's women's basketball, best known recently for the pointing meme, which went everywhere. It was so good. She's decided, I think she's feeling, she's sowing her oats, whatever. She's always pretty fearless. She's pretty bold. WNBA right now. She's not retired. She doesn't have all the money and accolades and the sort of lifetime revered status in her sport that Martina Navratilova has in tennis. And so it's riskier for her, and she's the only one doing it. I mean, truly, no one else is doing it. I can't think of another person who's doing it. It's certainly not in the WNBA, but really in women's professional sports right now. Who is speaking out on behalf of the little girls who are getting hurt by boys playing in their sports? The biggest name that comes to mind is Megan Rapinoe, who's on the other side and just doubled down on her nonsense and inanity this week on The View on Tuesday. That's the women speaking out on this are women who are not currently in the game. Megan, obviously Riley Gaines got very active in this after she left college, where she was a college swimmer. But it's very rare to see somebody like Sophie Cunningham in the game making money as a headliner right now come out and say, this is wrong, and then standing by it when asked after. Of course, she must have been deluged with accusations she was transphobe between then and now, and she stood by it.
Yo, man, WNBA, y'all cannot stay out of the damn news, bro. Y'all can't stay out of news. Y'all got high school girls going on the news blasting y'all for this type of stuff. You got high school girls going on the news thanking Sophie Cunningham. This is nuts, man. Get down in the comments. Let me know what you think. This Keep the Vision. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and share the channel.